Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the draw for the EuroLeague Women and EuroCup Women season 2026-2027. My name is Ljubomir Mandić, Head of Competitions of FIBA Europe, and I will be guiding you through today's draws. Before we get going on the draw procedures, I would kindly ask on stage for a few welcome words the FIBA Executive Director Europe, Mr. Kamil Novak.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. Happy to welcome you here in Munich for the draw. The season starts very soon. EuroLeague Women, EuroCup Women. I hope that you have the teams ready. I hope that you have the budgets ready. And for the EuroLeague Women, we don't have any major changes in the structure, in the competition format. We have increased interest. Many more registrations, which is always a positive sign. And for the EuroCup Women, actually is the exact the same number of teams registered. So the interest in the European club competition is growing, or it is at least as it was in the last season. So I wish you the best of luck for the season. Of course, no injuries. If you are still looking for some players, I wish you also here a good hand in choosing. And we also prepared a small surprise. I will not say more than this. This I will leave to Mr. Mandić. During the draw, there is a small surprise which relates to one of the competitions. Thank you very much, and I'm passing back to Mr. Mandić.
Thank you, Kamil. So we will draw today both the qualifiers and the regular season for the EuroLeague Women and the EuroCup Women. Obviously, I will not be able to do it alone, so I will have on stage two colleagues of mine from the competitions department. That is Mrs. Ana Satore, Competitions Manager for EuroCup Women, and Mr. Sinan Taze, Senior Competitions Manager for EuroLeague Women. But we also have a special guest invited today to perform the draw, and it is my pleasure to welcome. Now we have to be careful to make sure I mention all of the accomplishments. We have here three-time EuroLeague Women champion, three-time Eurobasket champion, and Olympic medalist, former Spanish international, Mrs. Silvia Dominguez. Welcome. Before we get going on the first draw, which is the EuroLeague Women qualifiers, let's set the mood by looking at some of the highlights from last season. We have 24 clubs that have registered for EuroLeague Women season 26-27 and 16 places in the regular season. 12 clubs have received direct entry to the regular season based on the regulations. This is why you have 12 clubs that will start their journey in the qualifiers. That is also the reason why the qualifiers look a little bit different than in the past years. We have split the 12 clubs into 3 seeds of 4 clubs, and they will be drawn into 4 qualifiers brackets or paths of 3 teams each. The format of these paths are single elimination games, starting with the semi-final between teams from seed 2 and seed 3, with the home court advantage for the seed 2 clubs, followed by a final where a seed 1 club will host the winner of the respective semi-final. You see the clubs there. In seed 1 we have Girona, Venezia, Miskolc, and Sopron. Seed 2 with Jabini Brno, Panathinaikos, Kibekštis, and Karolu Basket. Seed 3 with KP Brno, Crvena Zvezda, Emla Konut, and Poznan. The seedings were done based on the 3-year club competition ranking. We will first draw the 4 semifinals. There is one small restriction that applies for this draw, is that clubs from the same country cannot be drawn in the same qualifiers path. Let's get going with the first club from seed 2 for the semifinal in path 1. Kibirkštis from Lithuania. And they will host Poznan from Poland. Panathinaikos from Greece. Will host Emlak Konut from Turkey. Flamme Carolo Basket from France. Will host KP Brno from Czechia in the semifinal of path 4. We're now moving on to teams in seed 1 and will determine which teams will host the winners of the respective semifinals that we have just drawn. Let's start with the first team. Sopron Basket will host the winner of Kibirkštis and Poznan. TVTK Miskolc will host the winner of Žabini Brno and Crvena Zvezda. Spar Girona will host the winner of Panathinaikos and Emlak. And Umana Reyer Venezia will host the winner of Carolo and KP Brno. This concludes the draw for the EuroLeague Women qualifiers. Please stay with us for a few moments until we export the results in the respective competitions. It might take a minute. In the meantime, we'll get the mood going and prepare for the draw for the next competition. We're now moving on to the EuroCup Women, and we'll start with the qualifiers, but let's start with some highlights of last season first. Just checking if we're ready to continue. In the meantime, I can explain a little bit about the EuroCup Women. We have a total of 53 clubs that have registered or will participate in the EuroCup Women season 26-27. 45 registered directly, and 8 clubs that will join the competition as losers of the EuroLeague Women qualifiers. That's why from the 53, to reduce the regular season that will be played with 48 clubs in 12 groups of 4, we will play 5 qualifiers pairings in home and away format, and with 10 teams. These 10 teams have been split into 2 seeds, 5 seeded clubs and 5 non-seeded clubs, and we'll play in a home and away format, with the seeded club having the home court advantage in the return leg. Just waiting for the go to continue. Switzerland and Beroe Stara Zagora from Bulgaria. Again, the same country restriction with the maximum 1 club from the same country in 1 pairing. In this case, the 2 Spanish clubs will not be able to face each other. That's why the draw software is so important, because the draw software will highlight the next available pairing for this team. Let's get going with the first seeded club. Baxi Ferrol from Spain. Beroe Stara Zagora from Bulgaria. Chomutov from Czechia. Against Chartres from France. Elitso Ramle from Israel. Proteas Voulas from Greece. The Saloy Royals from Germany. Against Ravens of Geneva from Switzerland. Gas Basket from Italy. Against Estepona from Spain. This concludes the draw for the EuroCup Women qualifiers that we will now export also into the regular season. But now it is time to show you the little surprise that was already mentioned at the beginning of today's draw. We have a brand new trophy for the EuroCup Women. So before we show it to you in full glory, let's take a quick look at a short video. There it is in its full glory. I think it's a very beautiful trophy, and we will leave it here on the table during the draw to remind everybody what they are playing for. So we should be ready to continue now. I believe in the seed 1, the second and third team need to be switched. No, sorry. No. You're right. Okay, sorry. Okay, we're ready to continue now. And the regular season of the EuroCup Women is, as in previous years, with 48 clubs in 12 groups of 4. That's why those 48 clubs have been split across 4 seeds with 12 clubs each. In seed 1, you will see the 8 clubs from the EuroLeague Women qualifiers that we have just drawn before, the 4 losers of the semifinals, followed by the 4 losers of the finals, together with Mersin, the defending champion, Villeneuve d'Ascq from France, Avenida from Spain, and BLMA from France. We'll go through the other clubs once we get to those respective seeds. We will draw the 48 clubs into the 12 groups, again with the same restriction of maximum 1 club from the same country in the same group. If that's not possible, the draw software will suggest the next available group for that club. Having said that, because there is a lot of possibilities that can occur during this draw, the draw software might sometimes take a little bit longer in calculating the next available group for the club drawn, so we'll have to ask for a little bit of patience. Hopefully we'll go through it smoothly. Let's start with the first team from seed 1. The loser of the semi-final of the EuroLeague Women qualifiers, the second semi-final, which is Jabini and Crvena Zvezda, into Group A. Villeneuve d'Ascq from France, into Group B. Loser of semi-final 3, which is Panathinaikos and Emlak Konut, in Group C. Chimsa CBK Mersin, the defending champion, into Group D. Loser of final 2, which is DVTK Miskolc, Jabini Brno, Crvena Zvezda, into Group E. Loser of final 4, which is Carolo, KP Brno, or Venezia, into Group F. Loser of semi-final 4, which is Flam Carolo and KP Brno, into Group G. Loser of semi-final 1 between Kibirkštis and Poznan, into Group H. Loser of final 1, Kibirkštis, Poznan, or Sopron, into Group I. BLMA from France, into Group J. Loser of final 3, Panathinaikos, Emlak, or Girona, into Group K. And Silvia saved the best for last, her longtime club, Avenida, into Group L. This concludes seed 1. We will now move on to seed 2. In seed 2, we have Besiktas from Turkey, Kastos Bren from Belgium, Olympiakos from Greece, the Rutronic Stars Kelten from Germany, TTT Riga from Latvia, Gorzhov from Poland, Jairis from Spain, Charnay Basket from France, Campobasso from Italy, Fribourg from Switzerland, Namur from Belgium, and Benfica from Portugal. We can continue with the first club in Seed 2. Charnay Basket into Group A. Beşiktaş. Just slow, yeah, Beşiktaş into Group B. Okay, we can continue. Olympiacos from Greece cannot go into Group C with the potentially Greek team already there, will therefore go to Group D. Castos Bren from Belgium into Group C. Ozono Global Jairis from Spain into Group E. Magnolia Campobasso from Italy cannot go into Group F with Venezia already potentially being there, will go to Group G. TTT Riga from Latvia into Group F. Elfik Fribourg from Switzerland into Group H. Enea Gorzów from Poland cannot go into Group I with the one Polish team already being there potentially, will go to Group J. Benfica from Portugal can go into Group I. The Rotronic Stars Kelten into Group K. And leaves us with Namur from Belgium into Group L. We're halfway through, moving on to Seed 3. In Seed 3 we have the following 12 teams: Wrocław from Poland, Ostrava from Czechia, Cluj from Romania, Niš from Serbia, Alba Berlin from Germany, Nyon from Switzerland, Ružomberok from Slovakia, Limassol from Cyprus, DSK Brandiš from Czechia, Panathinaikos from Greece, Encino, Duran Maquinaria Encino from Spain, and Landerneau from France. We are ready to continue with the first team from Seed 3. DSK Basketball Brandiš from Czechia. With the Czech team already potentially in Group A, they will be moved to Group B. AEL Limassol from Cyprus can go into Group A. Alba Berlin from Germany into Group C. Wrocław from Poland into Group D. Panathinaikos from Greece into Group E. Landerneau from France cannot go into either Group F or Group G, with the French club already being there, will be moved to Group H. Universitatea Cluj from Romania into Group F. Nyon Basket Femina from Switzerland into Group G. Student Niš from Serbia into Group I. Ostrava from Czechia. Ostrava from Czechia should go into Group J. The draw software is a little stuck at the moment. Same. I don't hear you. Okay. Put it manually. Okay, there's an issue with the remaining teams in Seed 3 because we have a Spanish team that is still to be drawn, but the Spanish team also potentially in Group K and L. Okay, so by logic, the Spanish team remaining, which is Encino Lugo, needs to go to Group J, and Ostrava should be moved to Group K. Let's continue with the next team. Here we have Duran Maquinaria Encino, the Spanish team, into Group J. And MBK Ružomberok from Slovakia into Group L. Okay, so far so good. We're moving on to Seed 4. In Seed 4 we have 7 clubs directly, plus the 5 winners of the EuroCup Women qualifiers that we have drawn before. Here we have Autosped Castelnuovo from Italy, Panathinaikos from Greece, Maccabi Bnot Ashdod from Israel, Brodna Savi from Croatia, Montana from Bulgaria, Helsinki from Finland, Cinkarna Celje from Slovenia, and the 5 winners of the qualifiers pairings we have drawn before. Let's get going. HBA Helsinki from Finland into Group A. Maccabi Bnot Ashdod from Israel into Group B. Winner of qualifiers pairing 5 between Girls Basket and Estepona into Group C. Winner qualifier pairing 1 between Baxiferrol and Beroe from Bulgaria into Group D. Brodna Savi from Croatia into Group E. Autosped Castelnuovo from Italy cannot go into F due to Venezia, or to G due to Campobasso, will go to Group H. Winner of pairing 3, that is Ramla or Proteas Vulas, into Group F. Winner of pairing 4 between Zalui Royals and Geneva cannot go into Group G due to a Swiss team already there, will go to Group I. Cinkana Celje from Slovenia into Group G. Winner of pairing 2 between Homotov and Chartres. The only available group for them is Group L, because there's a French team in Group J and a Czech team in Group K. Panserikos from Greece into Group J. And last but not least, Montana from Bulgaria into Group K. That concludes the draw of the teams for the EuroCup Women regular season. We will now draw the 4 numbers for the competition's order of the games. Seed 1 teams will get number 2. Followed by number 1. Number 3 for the 3rd seed. And number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for the EuroCup Women regular season. Please stay with us for a few moments until we prepare the next draw, which will be for the EuroLeague Women regular season. And while we do so, let's take a quick look at the pinnacle of last year's EuroLeague Women event, the Final 6.
Welcome to Zaragoza and welcome to the 2026 EuroLeague Women's Final 6. There are only 6 teams left in contention. Lovely move! Musa with the spin. Side high, up for the 2 and 1. Oh my goodness. Oh, the shoulder shimmy, loses Yotsita. Johannes, a one-footed 3-ball. Oh my goodness, is it one of those nights? Stewie is good. Logo 3. Oh, Santucci. Galatasaray are headed to the final. How has she got that to go? Are you kidding me, Carla Lanes? Will they get it away? They do! Almost. Zaragoza have won their first ever EuroLeague Women's medals. Oh, another big swat. Awakuya behind the back, blocked by Stewie. How Could that even go in? This is huge. Oh, Julia! Special team, a truly special season. Your 2026 EuroLeague Women's Champions.
Okay, we are ready to continue with the draw for EuroLeague Women's regular season 26-27. As in past years, the competition will be played with 16 clubs in a format of 4 groups of 4 for the regular season first round, followed by a second round of 2 groups of 6, with the 4th place teams of the first round moving to EuroCup Women. The seedings have been prepared based on the 3-year club competition ranking. We have in seed 1 the defending champion Fenerbahce, followed by the previous champion USK Prague, Casa de Zaragoza and Galatasaray. Seed 2 with Skio, Valencia, Basketland and Burj. Seed 3 with Lublin, Athinaikos, Mechelen and Rapid Bucharest. And in seed 4, the winner of the qualifiers finals that we have drawn at the beginning of this draw. Also here, the restriction to have maximum 1 club from the same country in the same group. Hopefully the draw software will help us out to determine the next available group for those clubs. Let's start with the first seed 1 club. Casa de Zaragoza into Group A. Galatasaray into Group B. The defending champion Fenerbahce into Group C. And USK Prague into Group D. Moving to seed 2. Basketland from France into Group A. Beretta Famiglia Schio into Group B. Valencia Basket into Group C. And Tango Burj Basket into Group D. Moving to seed 3, where we have 2 newcomers and 2 returning clubs, all of them national champions. Let's start with the first club. Athinaikos from Greece into Group A. The Kangaroos Mechelen into Group B. Rapid Bucharest from Romania into Group C. And Lublin from Poland into Group D. Moving on to seed 4, where we have the winner of the qualifiers paths. Here it might come to some country restrictions now. Winner of path 1, Sopron, Kibikštis and Poznan into Group A. Winner of path 3, Panathinaikos, Emlak or Girona. Because we already have Turkish teams in Group B, and with Emlak in the qualifiers, this pairing has to go into Group D. Winner path 4, Carolo, Brno, and Venezia. With Schio already in Group B and Venezia cannot meet with Schio in Group B, they will be moved to Group C. That leaves us with the winner of path 2, DVTK, Žabini, and Crvena Zvezda in Group B. That concludes the draw for the teams. We will now draw the numbers 1 to 4 to determine the order of the games. That's number 1 for the top seed. Number 4. Number 3. And number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for both EuroLeague Women and EuroCup Women. I want to give a special thank you for Sylvia for helping us with the draw today, and a round of applause. Thank you. I want to conclude by wishing all of the participating teams the best of luck in the season, and want to thank you for being here with us today. And yes, thank you very much, and goodbye. Sin más.